particular workshop on AI in literature review for today and tomorrow. We have with us Dr. Swati ma'am, and ma'am had taken in the past many workshops no, under the banner of MTC Global, and got very good response and wonderful feedback. And we're extremely happy to have you on board, ma'am, with us. And it's my pleasure to introduce briefly Dr. Swati ma'am, as many participants, what I can see are new for this particular workshop, and many those who have joined in the past. Dr. Swati Gupta ma'am is a distinguished academician and mentor, celebrated for her transformative influence in the field of education, with over a decade of experience. Dr. Gupta has profoundly impacted the academic landscape, shaping the minds of future leaders through her dedication to teaching and commitment to excellence. As an associate professor at Universal AI University, she has taught courses in entrepreneurial finance, entrepreneurial leadership, Excel, and corporate finance, imparting both subject expertise and ethical values to her students. Dr. Gupta's influence transcends national boundaries, having collaborated with esteemed institutions like Grant Thornton Bharat LLP, where she shares her analytics expertise. Her role as an organizer of workshops on entrepreneurship, design thinking, and finance for prestigious organizations such as GST and Niti Aayog further underscores her leadership in these domains. A passionate mentor, Dr. Gupta excels in guiding budding entrepreneurs, offering unwavering support to help them transform their innovative ideas into reality. Her dedication to fostering positive change has garnered immense respect from peers and students alike. In summary, Dr. Swati Gupta's academic and mentoring journey epitomizes a relentless pursuit of knowledge, a steadfast commitment to education, and a fervent desire to empower the next generation of leaders. Her contributions to both academia and the entrepreneurial ecosystem are invaluable, making her an ideal facilitator for workshops on AI in research. Ma'am, we welcome you, and
Thank you, sir.
I request to
Thank
please
you.
kindly take over the session. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you. It's very my pleasure. Uh, yeah, when you mentioned about that, this is not like a second or third. It is for the last 1.5 year or so, I believe. I'm taking such workshops
Yes,
and
ma'am.
going ahead and making. And because of this platform only, I got invited to a couple of more universities and colleges to m- make the scholars, academicians aware of the use of AI technology, how AI can be used and apply to the research. Because generally, majority of my participants ask the first question that comes into the mind is AI ethical? Number one. Number two, AI provides the quality of work. So such kind of questions comes around. So I believe what I in my this AI journey, when I started with my AI journey, I realized that we are misconcepting that AI will replicate, AI will substitute an academician. That's not the case. Because whenever I start my session or any kind of workshop, I always make my participants, all the scholars and academicians, one thing clear: AI can never substitute an academician. AI can support an academician and make your work a smarter way, right? Like laptop and desktops came into the technology when they entered into, it disrupted the world. It is nowhere down that it has replaced the human, because at the end, the technology is needed by the human, right? And human needs technology and technology needs human. So it's a two-way round. So in the same way, when we are looking into the AI, AI will make your task uh, quite easy way to go and in a smart way to go. Uh, the one and foremost, there are scholars who work in isolation. Isolation is a lonely kind of person, an introvert person who is not able to contribute or discuss, or they have a fear that if I discuss my idea, a research idea, or anything like that, it can like it can be taken away or it can be they have a fear of that. So for that matter, AI is very beneficial for such kind of academicians who have such kind of thoughts in their mind. So in that perspective also, that's why I will take the journey, this 2 days workshop. I'll take it right from the beginning, the first step when you have an idea in your mind till the time the publication. So in this whole process, how AI can support you, right? So that would be my main motive, and I hope you people will uh, take this session and understand the application of AI, how you can go ahead with this AI application and use in your research work. So let's start with, as our first journey, the first step of a research, we all know is a research idea. Whether you are a PhD scholar, whether you are a faculty and an academician who is going ahead with the research, the first thing comes in your mind is the idea. Okay, that this is what I'm planning to do it. Now, as I already mentioned, you have a fear that, okay, maybe somebody would be taking my idea, or I can't discuss, or to whom I should go, and who is the right person to mentor, right? So let's start with that journey. And with that journey, I found out there are a lot of AI tools that are available that supports it, but I was more comfortable using Chat GPT. Very honest answer. You have Gemini, I agree, but Gemini doesn't give you that kind of academic work as compared to Chat GPT. What I have compared in both the, that what I would be trying to display here also with the comparison. But let me take you with the Chat GPT, because in case of AI, the first and foremost thing is the prompt. The whatever the input that you are putting in, that kind of output you will get. So that need to be taken care of. So what input you are putting in. So remember, as AI is what? Artificial intelligence. And who is intelligent? Human. So we have to make our technology, our AI, our platform to understand what kind of role they have to play. So your prompt should always start with a role, that I want my prompt to be a scholar, a researcher, or you want them to be an academician, or you want to make him as a faculty. So they have a different roles, because we as an individual, as an academician also, we play a very different roles. So in that perspective also, you have to make AI understand there are different roles that need to be played. And accordingly, you can create a prompt on that same perspective. So let me start. Yeah, my whole this session will be taking on the practical front. I'll take you to the all the platforms and make you to use that platforms. So I request you all, please, if you have any query, instead of writing on the chat box, because I will not be on this particular Zoom link. I would be popping from one to another platform. So I'll appreciate if you have, you can just stop me there and then, and you can raise a question or any kind of query you people have, right? So I would be taking you starting with Chat GPT and how you can brainstorm with your idea and how you can create a pathway, a journey for your idea. So without any delay, let me share my screen. We all are aware. I hope my screen is visible to all. So we all know we have two ChatGPT Plus, which is a paid version, right? And we have ChatGPT, which is on 3.5. Recently, they have started with ChatGPT 4.0. That is a very good one, but they have a limited access. You have 5 to 6 prompts that you can use. After that, that is the limit for a per day kind of stuff. It is just on a beta version to test. That is a wonderful AI that they have come up, giving very good result. So let me take you with the basic, because I know right now no, there are very limited people who are using ChatGPT Plus. because ChatGPT Plus is basically around 2,000 bucks per month. Because now majority of AI platforms are on subscription based. So we have to be on that trend that what platform you want to use it. So whenever you have a particular journey or you are looking forward, just take that particular time period for a month and complete all your tasks, and then you can move ahead. ChatGPT Plus, I have personally I have used it. It's a very good one because on ChatGPT Plus you have different store apps, like you have Google Store and all. Now, in the same way, ChatGPT has their own GPT Store. So here you have AI based specifically for data analysis, specifically for R software, for Python software, even for doing your SLR and all, right? So they have a particular G plus. In fact, I also have my own AI with the name of Finacopedia, which is very specific to finance. If you have any finance query, you can just take that GPT with you, and you can ask any query related to finance. Maybe it is analyzing any annual report, that can also be done by my particular platform, Finacopedia. So let me start with the basic one with the Chat GPT. Now, as I said, that the first thing is you have to make the your platform understand what kind of role. So your prompt should always start with act as a researcher. So I'm making him to understand that yes, you have to act as a researcher. Now, what do you want the researcher need to play? So there should be a whole storyline that you are looking into, the idea that you want to discuss. It's the same way that you are conversing with your friend. So you have to talk him like yeah, you are talking to your friend. So I'm asking, act as a researcher, identify research themes related to FinTech 2024. Because maybe it's my field, so I'm looking into. So these are the emerging themes that it has given to me. So if you go ahead and if you look into, you have decentralized finance where you can talk about smart contracts, blockchain, regulatory challenges, security and fraud. Then you have artificial intelligence and machine learning, digital payments and cryptos, financial inclusion and accessibility, cyber security and data privacy, sustainable finance and green fintech. So insure tech. So you got different kind of themes, research themes that you can explore. Now, please, this is just supporting you. You have to get validate from the various databases, from various research literatures that you need to study, right? From Google Scholar or Scopus, the way you do it. Right now, it is streamlining you. Now, if you want to take it up, there are a lot of options. Let me take with the six. Um, elaborate point six. So I'm just making him to talk to me in the same way. And now the conversation has started up. Now it is understanding. Okay, point six is talking about sustainable finance. So you have different kind of ESG investing, green bonds and sustainable investments, right? Impact of fintech on climate change, sustainable development goals, ethical banking and responsibility. So you got a various options available that you can consumer awareness and education and all those, right? So let me take it if I want to go ahead with impact of fintech. Sorry. uh, Now, remember one thing, my I have given my starting prompt. My GPT is working as an academician. They were no longer, now they are working as a local or a common man. It is working as an academician and giving me answers accordingly. So I'll say draft a research idea based on point 6.3. So this is the research idea. So optimizing carbon trading platforms through fintech innovations for effective climate change. This is the background. These are the research questions that you can just pointed out how can blockchain improve, what is the role of AI and big data, how can fintech platforms increase the accessibility, methodology that you can use, right? So you have different, you can develop a conceptual model for an optimized fintech driven carbon trading platform, pilot testing, expected outcomes, significance, the timeline, what kind of budget. So this is basically what I asked it to look forward in terms of I want to create a my research idea. So it has given me a brief background. Okay, this is what you can do it, right? So these are the four research questions it has identified. And now, if I looking forward, uh, make this research specific to, because generally in PhD we look into the primary research. So let me take it, make this research specific to primary data. So now it is talking about how I can go ahead and make it into the primary data.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Uh,
please.
and like you said that in PhD we are basically focused upon the primary data. But if we are collecting like data about banks, then basically we go to the databases and collect data, qualitative
Okay.
data that yeah.
Okay. I got your point. You're talking about if you are looking forward, so you can make your research idea. As told you now, I'm just giving you an idea how to converse with ChatGPT, and it will give you accordingly. Like if you want to look into, this is for basically fintech, right? Now, if I want
And
to,
actually,
uh,
I want to know that if we are taking that secondary PhD on the basis of only secondary data, so it's questionable or like it can be carry forward. Should
uh,
or we should add any primary thing in that.
see, specifically when we look into the finance, I don't know what basically your research is all about, but what I am able to understand, it is talking about the banking performance,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Definitely, that would be on secondary. You will be taking up the annual reports.
Yes,
Ha
ma'am.
ha. So definitely, that's not an issue. I'm just because majority of academicians look forward from the primary perspective. So I have just make it. If you want to go ahead with the secondary also, that's not an issue. But you have to validate why you have taken the secondary. Maybe in that secondary, if you can include the bank managers interview kind of stuff to validate whatever the outcome that you got or whatever you are looking forward, if you can validate, it will be an add-on effort that you have put in.
Yeah. Okay.
Ha. So
Yeah. Thank you.
that you can go ahead with it. So, like I said, coming back to this, so if you look into this, so you have a brief idea now on the basis of research question, based on these research questions, uh, design research objectives. Now, see, it is right now, I'm just creating a clear picture for me. Now, this I will, according to this, I'll go to the next step where I will be searching the data. So, if you look into, I got the research objectives, and definitely I can't go have all these objectives. So, I have to comprise and compile with it and make it a crisp one that what would be my research objectives. But this is a supporting a brainstorming, which will instead of doing with somebody else, you are able to do with Chat GPT, and you can come across, okay, this is the way we can go ahead and do it. So that's the benefit that you get. And you can do twist and mold. Okay, if I want to go ahead with this, or if I'm looking forward for the like X and Y, okay, okay, I want this kind of methodology that need to be applied, or maybe what kind of questionnaires I can ask, what kind of sample I can look forward for this particular research. So those all can be uh, converse with your chat GPT, and then you can validate with your literature at a second stage. But right now you have, because in the same way, Like when you go for your research, the first thing is you have to brief your idea and then you go for the validation. A validation with the support of literature, validation in support of your primary data or your secondary data in any other mode that you're looking forward. Till now, anyone has any question, please?
One doubt, ma'am.
Yeah,
Like you
please.
said, I am using Chat GPT as an academician. So
Yeah.
do we need to mention that in this?
No, ma'am, you don't need to mention because this is a brainstorming that you are doing it.
Okay. I
You don't need to mention it. Like if I talk about when you do the literature review,
hmm,
unless and until it is not an SLR paper, you don't mention that what database you are doing it or what software you have used it.
no, no, ma'am. I'm talking about Chat GPT. When you are
That's what I'm saying it. Uh, See, remember one thing. This AI is just like the same the software that you are using in the other platform for the other purposes. It is
okay,
also a software that is supporting,
okay,
and you are not using. That's what I said to you. You are not using as it is.
okay,
It is giving you as your support, and you are able to uh, jot down the points and then start with the second step.
okay, okay, ma'am.
Anyone? Yeah. Hmm. Any other query you have in your mind? See, in case of Chat GPT, it you have to be very particular. What is your prompt? Prompt always start with the role, then the action, and with the action you have to give the whole picture. What basically? Because right now I just gave him the fintech and all. Maybe you have something in your idea. You can create your prompt accordingly. And that need to be very specific because according to that input, according to that prompt, you will get your output. And then start conversing. Don't stop at first or second layer. Generally what students also does, when they google it up, they take first or second. They don't look into the what maybe there would be other websites which gives a better clarity, or they just think that first and second is a good one and that's it. They don't want to explore. But please, whenever you are using it, start exploring. Don't stick to first and second. Make it cut short. Break it down. And second thing, don't give the complex prompt. Means everything in one line. No, divide your prompts into a conversation. Start with step one, then step two, then step three. So it will help you to not only you, it will help chat GPT also to give you the response accordingly, and then you will get a quality because generally people have a complaint. You don't get that quality kind of what you are looking forward. Definitely you will not get that quality of, but at least you will be clear in your mind. Okay, this is what I need to do it, or these are the objectives. Yeah, it is more closer to what I am thinking of. Then you can rephrase accordingly or make it in an academic style that you are looking into. See, remember, whenever you are writing something, you can make it into academic style, you can make it into professional style, right? So accordingly it will use the language and will create the research objectives and everything accordingly. Now this is the one part of it, doing a research. As an academician, just an add-on, uh, spice into it, we generally stuck in our admin work because as an academician, we are not only related to research, we are related to the teaching perspective also and the admin perspective also. So we have different roles that need to be played. So the first in the faculty, as a faculty, what we people have to do it. We have to create the course plans. We have to create course outcomes and all those stuffs, the whole assessment patterns and all, which takes hell lot of time that we usually go ahead with it too. Then the challenge comes the students, because this is an open platform, anyone can use it. If you and me are using it, definitely students are also using it. So it means what? Should we ban it, that no student should not use it? You can't do it. Like if I talk about when excel came, people were like, okay, now students will not use the pen and paper, they will not memorize all the formulas. It is very easy on Excel. You can calculate any stats formula, any financial data. You can do the analysis. Initially in 90s, what we generally we used to calculate standard deviation and all those stuffs, all the statistical tools. Now you have Excel. Just you put the data and you get the answer. Same with the Chat GPT. You put the data and you get the answer. So it means what? Is it wrong? We should not allow our student? No. From my side, my belief is no, we should not do that. Rather than we should make them aware how to use it, how to use it ethically. So create your assessments in such a way that they should use Chat GPT and try to rephrase it and understand, is it correct? Is it the quality that they are looking forward? Right? Like I'll give you an example. It's a very good example. One of my colleagues' daughter studies in IB board. It's international board, and we all know they don't have exam patterns and everything. So she got an assignment where she has to uh, make a 500 words biography on Julius Caesar. And the way my colleague elaborated how they went to the libraries, because the reason being there was not much data available about Julius Caesar. And there the analysis need to be in a more analytical. The tone of the paragraph should be more analytical. So ChatGPT can give you a frame of mind that these are the points that need to be there. You will not able to make the whole paragraph. So that need to make our students understand that Chat GPT will give you an idea, but you can't copy and paste it and you can go ahead and do it. So that understanding we should, once we are accepting it, then our students will also start accepting it. And definitely, you don't have to make the student memorize all the formulas. Trust me, there are lot of Google's AI and Excel. They have all the formulas. So we don't have to make them. Rather, what we have to make them, we have to make them more analytical. We have to make them. We have to create that curiosity that why this has happened, how this has happened. We never thought of, yes, ChatGPT is there. Then how to use ChatGPT? What are the other ways I can use my ChatGPT and make it more useful for my daily life as well? So that curiosity need to be created. Interpretation, like being a finance professor, I usually don't. I usually make my students to use Chat GPT in the class. I make them to use it. I ask them, okay, tell me about these crises or any kind of formula. Now I ask them to calculate that numerical on Chat GPT and then ask them to compare what you have done it. And you will be surprised to know that students get somewhat difference and they say, man, there is a difference because 100% chat gpt is not correct. So that understanding we have to give them, that yes, it is not 100%, so you need to validate your answer. So that validation, same as a researcher we have to. So this is not an 100%. Now we will move to the next step to validate it. Now validation starts with the literature. Now how we need to move ahead with the literature, how we will get the literature, from where we will get the literature. We all know we have Google Scholar, right? But just think over, if you have a kind of organized literature in front of you, you know how to move ahead, because Google Scholar will give you lakhs and millions of database whatever they have now. But I need more specific to my research, so how to move ahead with that. Acha, one more thing. uh, like if I talk about this particular research idea that I was talking about, and you want to identify data from Scopus, very specific database that you're looking forward is the Scopus. Now, what you can do uh, based on this, create a keyword search string for Scopus database. So I can look forward. So this is a string I got. I got different strings that I can use, and accordingly, I can mold my string as per my comfortability of what I'm looking forward. So, because I have not made them understand which objective I'm looking forward and more specific, so it has given me options that I can use the strings from my Scopus database. So, I can accordingly copy from here. This is the copy code. I can copy it and can move ahead. Even there are people who may not be comfortable with R software or Python and they are getting confused. Okay, what is the command? What need to be done? So ChatGPT can support you on that front also. If you can give them that, okay, how to draw, write the R code for this particular numerical, or write the Python code for this particular, or how to move ahead in Python or R software. So that can also need that can be done. Plus, now they have started with a feature which was in the premium version. Now you can attach a file as well and can do the analysis accordingly, or what kind of data, or you make them read it, right? Like, let's say for example, what happens, sometimes you have an article and you want a summary of that article. So what you can do, you can copy that article in this prompt and first ask them to read it. Like, if I'll give you just an example, wait a second, I'll just take some uh, just a second. Um, just I'm taking one paper, some article. Like, let's say, suppose I have, so I'll just say I want big first to read an article. So I will ask, read the below text, and once done, say read. So I have copied it. Now it has given me now whatever. Now I can straight away start asking the questions from this particular text because it said that it has read it. So uh, based on reading, create two assessment questions in analytical form. Anything. I'm just giving it. So based on this, it has given me two questions based on analytical form. So these are the two questions that you can use it, and it's just a way. So in the same way for your research also, that you can use it and accordingly. So you can make them to read it first, and then based on that reading, you can start conversing with ChatGPT. So this is also one of the way a prompt can be used, right? And you are able to draft and you can look forward, okay, these are the things that I can. But please, you can't copy the PDF as such and go ahead if you are looking into, right? I'll just for PDF, if you want to, that I will show you how to go ahead with PDF, but don't use PDF or in chat GPT, rather than make it more converse way in this particular format also, right? Now I have, as I said, we have the research objectives with me. So these are the research objectives, right? So let me take you to the next level. Now, how to validate and how to search a very precise and specific literatures, right? So for that, the first and foremost AI platform is LitMap. Wait a second. Now, this is a very wonderful soft. Just I'm just logging in. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen? Now, this I have just logged in on Litmap. Now, I can create any kind of map right now. Now, what basically Litmap does, it takes one paper as a sheet paper and try to correlate with the other papers. Let me take you. So I can search with any keyword, DOI, or any title. Maybe you have found one paper. Even you can upload in this. Take one paper, or let me take to you on fintech sustainable finance. So I'll search with these two words. So these are the articles that it has identified, right? So let me take with this one. So this is the article that I have selected. Fintech and sustainability, do they affect each other, right? Now I'll explore related articles. So it is creating a map with me. How, just a second, it's searching. It's a very good one. I'll show you the substitutes also. Now this is my seed. Seed is basically, this is my paper. Based on this paper, where from where it was referred and where it is cited. It's a 20 and how all these paper are interlinked. If you look at this paper, how it is interlinked with the other papers as well. If you look at this paper, how this paper is interlinked with other papers and it has gone about, right? So this way you will able to understand from where to start and how I can correlate. Now these are the a nutshell of papers that you can download and start reading accordingly. Okay, okay, these are the top shelf paper that I can see how it is linked. So this is just one. It is not linked with other papers. But if you look at this paper is linked with other two papers apart from my seed paper, right? And it can give you the reference count also. These are the refer counts, and you can get into even in terms of data and all, even site counts, the layout setting, you can do it accordingly, right? And you can make it. And these are all the papers that we are talking about. If you look at this paper and you click on this is the paper, ESG reporting and capital market investors. So if you want to take it further with this one, you can go ahead. If you want to look into overview of this paper, so this is the paper. Now the seed is changed and this is the paper. It has taken 36 references and it's cited at 1. This paper is cited. If you look into इसमें citation जो है इसका पेपर का citation इसका इस पे है in 2024 there is a paper impact of digital advance and there is only one paper on which it is cited. So this way you understand how this paper, how this particular topic has evolved. So that is what Litmaps does. Apart from Litmaps, there is what, yeah, anyone, any question?
Ma'am, just wanted to ask,
Yeah, please.
as you said about LitMap, how it is telling about the related researches. So can I take it as a way to understand what are the gaps in the current research? Will that be a
Yes.
helpful thing for me?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's what these apps help you to create, to understand, okay, how they are interlinked with each other and how other papers are also. I'll show you other websites also. They also show you in the different forms. So accordingly, you can go ahead and use any particular platform for your purpose. Like this particular gives you just from seed that how the papers are connected. There is another website called Connected Papers. It is also the same like Litmap. This is the way. It is also showing you the same, how it is clustered, what you were talking about, how the paper is clustered, right? And how it is linked to each other. So this is like, this is the my seed and how it is linked with other papers, right? A different format to use it and look forward. Now, sometimes whatever you want to look connections with the authors, or like you said, from one paper to another, I want to see the whole journey. So there is another app that you can use is Research Rabbit, researchrabbit.ai. I hope my website is visible.
Ma'am, can you increase the screen part, please?
How
Your site.
increase? Actually,
Ma'am, can you please tell me that you said Lit Map, Research Rabbit AI, and one
I'll
more you named?
I'll I'll just copy the. I have used first. I have first used the lit map. Then I have taken connected papers.
Connected
Now I'm
papers.
yeah. Then I'm right now using research rabbit. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm. Till now, anyone has any query, anything that you want to ask, or shall I move ahead?
Can we
Ma'am, are
download
they
the
Yeah.
just can we download the papers from these sites?
Yes, yes, yes. From Litmap and everything you can download.
Okay. And these sites, as you have just shown, that they show actually the connection between different papers, that how maybe one paper led to the other paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one thing I would let you know, that's not surety that they all papers are Scopus paper. Like if you're working on the Scopus database or something like that, okay, I just need Scopus papers only. That bifurcation cannot be done.
Mhm.
Ma'am, I was asking that like if we have database of scopers, we have sheet, Excel sheet, and if we are working on it, so how we can use this lit map and connected papers uh, to find the gap?
Okay, see, what you can do, you can take one paper which is closer to your research objective, right? And then you create a map accordingly. If you look into, when I was using Litmap, in Litmap there was, you can upload the paper. When I was putting the keywords, like if I, just a second. Uh, Now, if you look into, you can add here, you can create your own section. Wait a second. Now, if you look into the quick search, you can upload the file and you can create your own library. That's why I have logged in, right? But now slowly, as these all platforms are gaining popularity, the challenge is coming. It is all subscription based. To us, it is kind of free premium kind of stuff. To a
Ma'am,
certain extent, it is a free. Then they start charging you. They ask you for a subscription. So I will appreciate first initially start using it and whichever you feel comfortable because there is no difference. If you look into the result, it is just the way of presentation is different. Result is approximately 99% same. So you can do one thing, whichever you feel comfortable to use it, you can take a subscription of that and can go ahead with it.
ma'am, this quick search, what it does for us?
Actually,
Right?
this is the something na. See, in the lit map, you have to make a na paper or something like
Okay,
you have a DOI of the paper that you can put it. You can upload the file.
okay.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, we are able to see, ma'am.
है ना? So you can upload the file. As you said, na, you have taken the database from the Scopus. You can't talk about the Excel. I'll appreciate if you have any Scopus because in case of Scopus, there are a lot of papers which are not open access. So you can download the paper. Maybe you have the accessibility on, and then you can upload and create a map if it is not an open access because sometimes that is I don't know a limitation. I'll not say a drawback, but there is a limitation on these particular AI tools because Scopus now have their own AI database. If you look into Scopus has started AI database as well, and its subscription is different as compared to what your universities are taking Scopus database. If they have a conversation and they ask for Scopus AI database, now all these lit maps and everything, such kind of analysis can be done on the Scopus database as well, but that is on subscription based. So that also that you can ask your university to go ahead and can ask. I have not used till now because I didn't get access till now. For that, I'm trying my level best. If somebody can get it, I want to explore that, but I have not explored it. But Scopus also has started with the AI database. So that is also wonderful. Whatever you are doing right now you can do with the Scopus database as well.
And Bloomberg also is there, right?
Bloomberg is basically for finance.
Okay.
And in Bloomberg there is no AI. जो उनका AI वाला है ना वो बहुत ही costly है. That is very costly.
Okay.
हाँ,
Ma'am, is there
Bloomberg
something for education in that way?
education in the sense means what?
Like those who are pursuing for PhD in education that way?
Sir, you can put it here, no? If I see, you can
No,
put
like
anything.
specific. Yeah.
हाँ,
No, just now you said there are some specific things for finance or something. So, like for that, is there any specific for education in that case?
no. Actually, Bloomberg for finance in the sense it is because database they provide financial data.
Okay.
There is no literature kind of specific. Bloomberg is more specific to financial news, financial
Financial.
data, annual reports, and all those stuff. So
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
in education, market, everywhere you have to go ahead with all these databases only, literature database. But I recommend when you are looking for the education and you are trying to in your initial stage of your PhD, I would recommend you to start reading Harvard reviews. Specifically, there are Harvard faculties. I'm forgetting the name. You can get an faculty access, then the faculties share their like nowadays they are more talking about how AI can be used in the student engagement. There are wonderful articles that they have put in. So from there you can get your gaps and everything. So you can use those articles and you can refer them as well. So that won't be a challenge because they are putting as an articles also as a research paper as well.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
so that is more specific I thought of because I generally read that particular. I'm forgetting the name. Wait a second. It is faculty launch from Harvard. It's a good one that you can use it. Ha. It is Harvard Business Publication Education में है faculty launch. So you can take that. So it's a good starting if you are in that starting phase or you need any research idea. So you can get an idea from there as well because they share their experience as well. So you can know how to write the papers in education and all because sometimes in education you don't have only the surveys. You can put in the experience as well how student is experiencing with the different methodologies. So that can
Yes.
also be go ahead with it.
Even
So
experimental researches can be done in that case at times.
yeah, that can be done.
Ma'am,
So
if we are ma'am,
please.
if we are using the Scopus database and we have got the Excel sheet, so can we filter the data on the basis of the articles that are not open access? So we can delete that from the sheet. Can we filter on this basis?
No, ma'am, you can't do that. I told you that there is still some limitations on that perspective. It will only support you to a certain extent. It will not. The reason being, even AI doesn't have these closed databases access. Like they have to a certain extent Scopus access, but not to 100% access.
Like
So
if
get
we are making the SLR paper, so we can mention that we have discarded the papers that were not all open access.
It is mentioned now when you go ahead with the Scopus data, it is mentioned that you want all the papers only Scopus access papers or what you can untag that and
So
create your
I'm
database
asking.
accordingly.
So yeah, I am asking that we can mention in our SLR paper that we have taken
Uh-huh.
only open access paper.
If you are taking SLR, you know the Prisma framework,
Yes, ma'am.
including and excluding, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So there you mentioned now that I have excluded these things.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
So that flowchart, when you are preparing the framework, you can mention that whatever I have excluded, that you have to specifically mention what you have included and what you have excluded. So that need to be specified there.
Okay.
This is not a question, but just for my understanding, confirming my understanding that when we are using these tools, like either it lit maps or connected papers or research topics, actually this is giving us the papers which are related to our, like, the, if we want on some particular topic, so it is giving us the papers at one place. Like if we go on searching in Google Scholar at any other or Scopus database, then we have to look for papers. We have to search for papers. But in these tools, actually, we are just feeding them the keyword or the topic which on which we require papers, and this is giving us the papers. That's what we are using these tools for.
Yes, ma'am, you have rightly mentioned it. Yes, it is giving you in a very narrow, because generally what we
Right,
use, when we start our literature, we make a funnel.
right,
Oh, it is reducing your funnel size. Very honest
right,
answer.
right.
So
Okay,
means reducing your funnel size means what? Reducing your time period as well.
right. Mhm.
So that kind of
So
support they
yeah,
provide.
instead of downloading 200 papers and then filtering them out, it's giving me 20 papers which are directly useful to my research.
That's really true. That's correct, ma'am. That's really correct.
Mhm.
That's really correct. So let me take you to the research rabbit. Uh, I'll start with workshop one, right? Now, if you look into, I have created my collection. What happened? Just a second. Hmm. Add paper. Now, again in this, you have to add the papers. Even you can connect to Zotro. Zotro is again, just like Mendeley, Zotro is also your reference manager, but it is AI based. So I'll explain it there and because I want you to go into the cycle.
One
So,
second. The names which you are telling, please be little slow. There are so many people who are new to all this.
oh, I'm so sorry. Please, thanks, ma'am. Actually, generally, what happens when you are into that flow? Is my
No, I can
screen?
understand. To understand that only we have come for this workshop.
Haha, please. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Have you able to see add a paper you know and love wala screen?
Where we have to search for this other paper, you know.
Okay. Acha, I'll do one thing. No, then my mistake. I need to uh take my whole screen. Wait a second. Hmm. Now you would be able to see add the papers. Now under this, are you able to see now the my screen when I clicked on add the papers?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now, if you look into you can connect like you have Mendeley because generally in for references we use Mendeley. Uh, in the same way, we have AI based reference manager called Zotro. So you can take the data to Zotro and you can connect here as well. This is a one way, right? You can do that. Or the best way, I feel like what you were saying, that I have the Excel sheet with me. So I can will it be easy for me to go ahead? So that can be done in this particular app called Research Rabbit, right? Now, if I want again, fintech, sustainable finance, I have put the keywords. Now it is giving me biomedical and life science, which is powered by PubMed, right? And all subject areas, which is on Semantic Scholar. So I'll click on all subject area. Now I got the papers in front of me, impact of green finance and all those papers in front of me, right? Now, which is very closer. There were few papers, you will find the abstract in that paper, right? So if I want, I can take any one paper, I can add to it to my collection. Now it is added, right? The paper has been added. So instead of going with multiple papers, let me take you with one paper only and go ahead with it. Now, see, this particular paper has similar work. Now, this is the difference between lit maps. Lit maps and all connected paper, they are taking one seed paper and then connecting with the papers from the basis of reference and citation. Now, this particular will give you similar papers, all the references, all the citations that are done. This is one part when you are exploring the paper. Even it helps you to explore the author also. That is there, apart from this paper, what are the other papers that this particular author has mentioned? And it gives you that kind of database to you. Like if I click on these authors, so these are the two authors. If I click on one author, it has published 40 papers and collaborated 50. So I can look into, these are its published papers of this particular author, that they have done it, and how those papers are interlinked, and these are not related to their areas, these are interlinked papers. So it has created a map accordingly, and how it is connected with, so means with the same author you can find another 3 papers as well. So generally what we have, we want to look into, is there anything else that the author has done? So you can go ahead and can search accordingly, right? So this is for the perspective of authors. Now, if I want, I can go back also. It's a kind of a slide kind of stuff that works on. Just a second, my net is little slow, right? So this way it goes. So if I want to look into similar work with the same paper, instead of going for authors, I want to look for the similar paper. See, this is a similar work. There are 248 similar works, right? And I want the abstracts as well. So I got the abstracts also to look into how they are interlinked. So this is connections between your collection and 50 papers, how they are interlinked. Some are interlinked, some are not interlinked, how they are going about. So I can take any one paper and again create. So it goes from X to Y to Z kind of stuff, and accordingly you can start reading about it and to understand in this. And then you can export the papers as well. So if I want to look into how, this is my paper, this is my seed paper that we are talking about, right? Even this is a network that has created, even I can create into the timeline format, that from 1939 to 2023, this particular topic is evolved. So this is 1939 paper, so I can look into this. It is production, primary and secondary and tertiary economic record they have talked about. Similar work is this. So this way you can go ahead and make your research, that how I can move ahead. Even you can add couple of more papers and create accordingly, right? With this particular app. Even you can look into, this paper has been cited in 5. So these are the papers in which it has been cited, right? Now it's talking about how it has cited, and you can take the abstracts from these papers. And if I want to, like, I want to look into this paper, so I can go ahead with this paper right now because this is the latest paper. I'm not able to get any similar work, but yes, I have looked. It has, paper has 60 references, so you can able to see there are 60 references for this paper, and then you can work accordingly. Till now, this particular platform is free. It doesn't require any subscription. So you can use it for n number of paper, but again, you this will not be particular on your Scopus database, right? So if you want to, you can go ahead and can download, and then you can go with the Scopus papers, but it will not give you a Scopus, but yes, it will give you other papers, links and everything. So this is also one of the very good way that you can go ahead. So that is Research Rabbit. So till now, I have talked about, I'm again speaking it up. First, I have gone to Litmap. Second was Connected Papers. Uh, After Connected Papers, I talked about Research Rabbit. So these were the 3 that I have talked about. Anyone has any doubt for writing the seed paper?
No, ma'am.
Shall I move ahead?
Yes.
Great. Now, this was, I got the database, I got the seed map. Now, the second phase that we start with, that what basically we look forward is, we need to talk about how to read the paper. Because generally, as a researcher, we sometimes take too much of time in reading and we are not able to understand, and we have to read hundred of papers and how to go about with the reading. Second, maybe I don't want to do this. This I have already done. I know what are the papers that I need to go about with it, but I have a research question with me and I want a precise database and the summary of all the papers. Like one of the participants has said that I have the Excel with me, I have the database, and I want to create a summary because in SLR we generally create a summary like what methodology, what research objectives they have used it, right? So these questions need to be answered. So for that, there is a AI based tool that we would be using. We call it as elicit. These are basically analyzing your
Could
research
you
paper.
please repeat it?
I'm just copying it on my chat. Just a second. I'm copying it on chat.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the website. Elicit. ELICIT. Let me sign up. Oh, sorry. I have.
Can you please, ma'am, repeat why this site is used? Means what's the purpose?
We can't hear you, ma'am.
What is the purpose of illicit?
Ma'am, your mic is mute.
Ma'am, you're not audible, ma'am.
We have to message her, I think. I think she said to create the summary of what all research questions we have.
It's basically to create a summary of all the papers, the research papers.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Am I audible, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm audible. Just a second. Arey ghee. Now I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. I'm sorry. I don't know how my mic got. Okay, I got muted.
You are again on mute.
And you are not audible again.
We have to message her.
You are on mute. We can't hear you. You're not audible.
I think she's not able to hear us as well. Ma'am, you are not audible to us, ma'am, again.
She can see, right? The message what we are giving.
I think so, but she's talking, no? So I assume that she's not seeing
I
the
know. I know.
message.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Ma'am,
Okay,
you are not audible again.
I'll give a call to ma'am and try to fix it. Just one
Right,
sec.
sir. Right, sir.
Ma'am, not audible.
Maybe some problem with internet or something.
Ma'am, once you log out and again log in because you are not audible.
Okay, you come on Saturday.
Hello.
Then.
Hello, dear participants. There is a small announcement. I just spoke with Swati ma'am. I think there is some internet issues at her end, and she requested for 2 minutes to fix it. So I request all of you to kindly please hold on. Ma'am will join shortly. So extremely sorry for the inconvenience due to technical error, and she'll be joining soon in 1 minute.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You are audible, ma'am.
I'm on my mobile now, right now, trying to get into, but उसमें आ नहीं पा रही हूँ. I'm not able to log in, rejoin through laptop. So I'll just request you for today, please bear with it. You can ask me the questions. Tomorrow I'll take you with the whole of the links. What are the other links are available? Because right now, without going ahead with the links, I'll not be able to make you understand on mobile to go ahead with it. If you have any query, any doubt, or any other particular that you want to be specific, tomorrow I can take up that question and maybe give you a particular answer if you are looking forward. So please go ahead if you have any query. Till now, what we have gone through with it. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience that today I'll make sure tomorrow my Wi-Fi. I don't know how come my Wi-Fi is today is not working. So please, if you have query, please.
Ma'am, for case studies, can we use this?
Uh, yes, ma'am. I'll show you tomorrow how you can go ahead with the case study. I have a kind of you can prepare the case study, because in case study generally you have to do the news analysis and everything,
Okay.
right? So you can use chat gpt, plus there is another AI tools where you can do the news analysis or article analysis, and then you can create your own case study based on that.
Okay.
Definitely tomorrow I'll show you that particular AI link as well.
I wanted to ask if there are any AI platforms that can assist us with data analysis.
Yes, Aparna, there are, but specifically to data analysis, all are paid. Like even
Okay,
ChatGPT can do the data analysis. For that, you have to purchase ChatGPT Plus.
okay. Could you suggest me a few platforms that are paid?
For data analysis, you can use ChatGPT. Actually, very honest answer, for data analysis, I have not used as such right now. The reason being, what I do, I use R or Python for or SPS, any platform. But if I am stuck with any step or any code, I use take the support of ChatGPT to create
Okay.
the code.
Could you suggest me any prompt that I could, give to
Aparna,
ChatGPT
can you
for?
give me a situation?
So maybe I'm trying to do a correlation test between
Okay.
two variables. So what kind of prompts can I give?
Okay, so make it act as an analyst, because or as a researcher, give it, right. Create a code, right, for doing the correlation, R code, R software code, or Python code for calculating correlation between two variables. This is one
So,
way.
madam, is there any way of doing making use of an AI tools for visual representation? Like the graphs can be created just like it is being created in Tableau or Excel. Is there any ready-made AI tools that are being available?
नो सर, फॉर नॉट फॉर ग्राफ्स एंड एज सच अभी नहीं है। ये जो आप हम लोग बात करते हैं आपका मिड जर्नी और ये जो इमेजेस, वो आपका एआई से इमेजेस आ जाती है, ग्राफ्स वगैरह नहीं। आई गेस इफ यू यूज एक्सेल नाउ, एक्सेल आल्सो हैव एन एआई। इफ यू आर यूजिंग
Oh,
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट
that I
365।
know that there is a you can integrate AI tools with the Excel sheets, but is there any a separate tool where you can do go for some visual representation or visualization?
For visual representation, no sir, not particular for the data analysis.
Okay. So is there any particular tool where suppose there is particular table in a particular graph in a research paper, if I don't understand that particular table, is there any AI tool
Yes,
that is being
you
available
can
to
upload it on
understand that
ChatGPT.
make it
Sir, you
understand
can,
that particular table?
you can upload it on ChatGPT and ask the ChatGPT to do the analysis, or do interpret the chart or the figure.
So is there any other platform apart from the Chat GPT which is free?
No,
Because
sir.
Chat GPT inherent has a if you are looking for a free version, it has its own limitations.
Definitely, sir. That is with the AI. It is not with ChatGPT. It is with AI. That is a limitation. But see, right now, I would, when you are looking into a particular graph and you want to do the interpretation or want to understand what that particular figure is talking about, I have observed ChatGPT was more comfortable to use.
Because certain reports are being created in Power BI, like once a
Ha,
particular graph is being created, but again, that is a paid version that I am talking of. But
yeah,
is there any
there's
free version? If it
a,
is in your knowledge, please let me know that.
That's what I'm saying, because these softwares are all paid. Where once you move into the more expertise that you are looking forward, they all are paid. So that
Okay.
is the challenge nowadays we are
Even the
facing.
Chat GPT, there is a paid version. They are charging somewhere around 2,000 rupees a
2,000
month.
bucks. They are charging 2,000 bucks.
Yes. And
Uh,
that
so,
for a on monthly basis.
on monthly. That's what I generally recommend. What we can do, we can club together and can start using it.
Okay, madam, is there any software to reduce that the AI content it may not be detected? Because once
No,
you write
sir.
down a research paper, certain time you pick up a content that is being generated through AI, but these days flag checking software are actually detecting it, that this is the AI content that you have picked up. So is there
Yes, sir.
any way, apart from the paraphrasing tools, they are not being that much effective, but that is my experience. So is there any
Yes,
other
sir.
free site or free tool that is being available?
No, sir. No. There is
Ma'am,
no
for
website.
paraphrasing, I think there is some tool for paraphrasing.
Well,
The
both of that,
paraphrasing tools are there,
innocent and
but it
paraphrasing
doesn't make
tools
the
are
sense
there.
that the
But it
rewording
does
of the
not make
line is
any
being
sense.
done. But when you look to the line in totality, it doesn't make it going to make a sense. You have to
Ha.
rephrase it, and when
Yes.
you try to rephrase it, again the black content is going to come up in the I authenticate or drill
Yes.
down
I
software.
agree. I agree, sir. Yes. Yeah.
So there is
That's a
no
challenging.
ready-made tool that is being available so that the AI content may not be detected in a flag checking software.
No, no.
Yes. Yes.
At present, just yesterday, I saw in Reel, Instagram Reel, okay, one AI platform wherein around 99% you cannot check the plagiarism whether it is created by AI or not. Okay, so those are like highly humanized AI platform
Sir,
wherein you
can
create,
you name that AI platform apart from ChatGPT?
no, that's what I'm saying. If we create the content using ChatGPT or other AI platform, there are other AI tools which can detect whether it is created through
Yes.
ChatGPT or other
So
platform.
I'm
But there
looking
are,
for other side. Whenever we are
there are
sending a paper to a
no, no. What
research
I'm
journal,
saying, there are
generally
platforms.
they are going to detect this part
No, no,
also.
no.
That's how much AI
There,
content. So if you
now
want
at
to escape that part, I'm looking for that aspect.
no,
Is
no.
there
What
any
I'm
Uh,
tool that
saying,
is
what I'm
available?
saying,
because, sir,
they
see,
are
that's what I said. It is basically to support you, to give you a guidance. Like when you are talking about using a particular, to detect it, how I can paraphrase the AI that should not be the content could become. Generally, we use a prompt called humanize.
Okay, that is there. That is there in the paid version of ChatGPT
No,
also.
no, no,
You
no.
write down
That
the
is in
humanize
the
the
free
content,
version also.
but actually the content is not meaningful in some of the cases. So you have to rephrase
Yeah,
it. A
that's
lot
what
of
you have
exercise
to
is
give it
required, and even still, the I authenticate detects it. That is
uh,
my experience so far.
yes, yes, that I totally agree. That's what I said. Just converse it and then you have to validate it. Like right now, I was looking into Arnab sir has just mentioned it on it. Like you have Gemini, yes, but I have seen in Gemini. The challenge I have used it. It is academically it doesn't give you that kind of more content. I have not found that
Even I
as
have that
compared,
experience.
or
If
maybe
you
I'm
want
not
to
so
write down a
comfortable
blog
with
or
Gemini.
something like an email, that is very good for that. But if you are
Huh.
writing down a research paper, that is not going to solve the purpose.
And that
So,
too, nobody,
Dr.
no AI tool will solve the
Neem,
purpose. It is just to
Dr.
support
Neema,
you. Yes, Arnab sir, please.
so see, I work in this area in industry. Okay, so
Okay.
and I am upskilled in this area over the last 6 years. So I can tell you, see, these are models which create data on their own or they create content on their own. You can train the model using your own content. So if you have old research papers of your own, train the model, say that okay, this is the pattern you should use while creating more content, etc. It will learn your writing style. Then you
So is
give
there
it the
any
prompt.
platform where I can say this is my way of writing down the research paper and I can upload a
Of course,
paper
you can
and
say
the
that.
new generative content is being generated
Of course,
by
of course,
the style that I've used previously. Is there
of
any
course.
AI
Even
tool that is being available?
Gemini itself will do it, sir. Why do you want to go far away? Most of the
So can
LLMs
I
can be
upload my
trained.
previous paper so
Uh,
that
Ashutosh,
the platform
that's
can
what I
understand
said
this
to
is
you.
my way of writing down the things?
Ashutosh sir, that's what I
Yes.
has asked you. When you are making your prompts, you are breaking your prompts. It will start understanding you. And when it is a kind of conversation that you are starting doing it. Either it is on Gemini or ChatGPT, but if you start conversing, it will understand you. As if you look into when I started with ChatGPT, I asked him point 4, point 6. Then he understand, okay, what I'm looking forward. Then accordingly, they will adjust their output according to what I am looking forward. And if I'm making it more precise, it will be giving you. If I ask him, okay, I want it in academic style, not this style, or I can
Okay,
give him the
that is
sample.
available. That I have seen it on Jenny. Many
Yeah,
more
that's what I'm
platforms
saying.
provide
You
this
can
kind of
put
thing.
on Gemini or anywhere where all are same. If I'm not wrong, Anna sir, because
All are
he is more
see.
experienced on that.
There is a site where you can download a free model. You can train the model also. Training is very costly, so people don't
Sir,
do
can
it.
you
So
tell me the name of that site?
I just forget just off the head of my head, but it will take you a lot of effort. So it is easier to stick to Gemini or Chat GPT. So it's better to
So
pay
these
$20
are the
to Chat
ready-made solutions you are talking of. Because there
Pardon?
are certain sites where the ready-made codes of R will be created for you. Just write down that you have to do this
Yes.
particular task, and automatically the Python
See,
or the R code will be created.
see,
So that
Dr.
can be
Nigam,
created by Gemini or ChatGPT. It will very
yes,
easily you can create it.
we have created code for creating websites in the company using Chat GPT, and with minimal modification, even a very young programmer with very little experience can modify that, and it will work. So very soon the programmers
Sir, since you are from the industry, like whatever content, the AI content is being there, but the Google, sir, whenever you are going for the optimization part, definitely there are certain challenges I hope you are also facing. Like if you are looking for the
yeah,
ranking of your page through Google, because Google knows that the content that is being created is the AI one, so definitely the page ranking is not going to go up. I hope you are also
yeah,
facing
yeah.
this kind of challenge.
No,
So, is
so
there
we
any
don't
way
do
out
page.
or any solution
No,
to
no, no, no,
this
no.
particular problem?
No, no. So, Dr. Nigam, I don't work in this, sort of content area. So I work mostly in trying to create automation for stuff. Automation, let's say the process for admission, let's say in a university, we can automate the process very easily. So what takes
Okay.
today, 50 days can be done in 5 days. That kind of work we do, and we use very liberally
But
this
if you
ChatGPT.
want your site should pick up the ranking part, I have seen that lot many challenges you will face because these days Google or Bing platforms are more smarter than you. They already know that how much content you have put up from AI and your ranking is not going to go up in that case.
Yes. So you have to use it. So it's a ongoing battle,
So
right? So
ultimately, at the end of the day, your intellect is going to play a major role.
yeah,
That's what Ashutosh sir I said. Without AI will support you, and it will not replicate your work or substitute work. At the end, you have to do your own. It will just give you. It will make you smart.
Okay.
so
Another
let me tell you,
question,
Dr.
madam.
Nigam.
Madam, suppose you are making use of a secondary database, like I am picking up data from World Index or from an RBI site. Is there any
Yeah.
AI tool which can enable to make the analysis of that particular data? Suppose I say I want to do some efficiency analysis of these particular variables. This is my input, this is my output. So
Uh,
AI tools is going to help me out or not? Because I have tried, but I am not able to get the optimal output from it. So do you have some
uh,
kind of
See,
experience like this?
sir, analytical tool you are talking about?
Yes, I have a secondary database.
Yeah,
Suppose
yeah.
I pick up
There
from the site of Reserve
are.
Bank of India. It is
Uh,
about some banks. And then I
hmm.
have uploaded a data set of that is a secondary database which has already been available on internet and it is in the free domain. Now I want that this data I have to draw certain patterns from this particular data sets. So is there any AI tool which is going to help me out or a particular way through which I can do the
Uh,
things up?
Yes, sir. There are AI tools available for data analysis, but again, it is paid one, not a free version on
Any
it.
specific tool that is convenient and you can recommend?
Right now, it just skipped from my mind. Tomorrow, I'll let you know the data analytical tool. I have just put it in my notes. I have the analytical tool as well,
Because the
AI tool.
typical problem what I am facing is I have access to a secondary database, or
Ah,
I can pick up a data from CMIE or Progress that is being
ah,
available. But if I want to do some kind of analytics or some kind of econometric tools is to needs to be applied. So again, lot of cleaning, lot of things are going to do. So is
yes,
there
that's
any
very
ready-made
difficult.
solution to it?
There are analytical tools that you can use it. Now, one thing is there, but sir, you need to understand what input you want to give. You can't just say analyze the data.
No, that is the obvious thing. I will be saying that I want to apply structure equational modeling, or I want to apply some first generation technique, or whatever I am saying. That thing I will be saying to the data. But is there any ready-made way where the data of the secondary database will or the Excel file will be picked up and the analysis will be done?
So,
Okay,
madam,
Definitely, I
sir,
will be telling you the tool that whether I am
yes,
interested in applying
right.
ANP or some advanced technique. That the name of the technique, I will be telling the things up.
Okay. Sir, for that, right now, which I have got in my mind right now, there is one. If you take ChatGPT Plus, there is a GPT store where they have data analysis. GPT.
Chat GPT.
Chat, in ChatGPT store, there is your data analysis GPT. Data analysis GPT will help you to upload the Excel file and do the cleaning and all the analysis. In fact,
So
apart
I have
from
to
that,
be
there are
the
couple of
Chat GPT
more.
storage on the GPT Chat GPT site only, or it's a
Yes,
separate link you are talking
no,
of.
no, it's on the ChatGPT site only.
Okay, okay,
it is it
Huh,
is a paid version, Dr. Nigam. So you have to
huh.
pay $20 to get it.
okay.
But it's a good one. Apart from that, I'll give you one a couple of more. Tomorrow, I'll share you those analytical tools. I'm forgetting the name. There are specific analytical AI tools as well
Okay.
that
So,
you can.
Because there are
what
sites like Humata or lot many sites where you can do an interaction with the software or the
Yes, sir.
paper also.
Yes, sir.
What is that, sir?
So,
Please repeat
Matra is
that.
for reference manager, sir.
Ashutosh, sir,
Like there
can
is
you
a
repeat
site named
that?
humata.ai where the purpose is that if I want to talk about the paper, like I want to understand what is a summary, if there is any
Yes.
particular table, I want to
Yeah.
understand that what is the meaning of the table. So Humata and sometimes is going to help me out in that case.
Yeah. Apart from Zomato, there are other which are to a certain extent free.
But it has
So,
a limited number of uploads. Like once
yeah,
you
that's
start
true.
uploading a particular number of papers, so again
Ah,
every time you have to log in with a new email ID or try some hook and crook
Can
for
you
it.
yes,
write down
yes,
in the
sir.
chat, sir? Ashutosh, sir, can you write down in the chat?
Uh, Actually, I am using my mobile phone, so it's
Okay.
Humata HUMATA.ai.
Okay, sir.
It's a very popular site in the European countries. So
Yeah.
where you can
Actually,
upload the data and the things can be, you can actually you can talk with the paper. Like if I am uploading my research paper, so actually I can
yes.
talk with it.
Yeah, you can use like Elicit is used for it. Apart from
Unless it
Elicit,
is
you have
there,
Chat PDF also. Then you have Scholarcy also that you can use it.
chat doc is
Then you
also
have
there.
then you have site underscore. There are a lot of ma'am. You
But
don't
the
worry.
purpose of site
Tomorrow
is
I will
entirely a
be sharing.
different thing. If I want to know what is the citation, what is a plugin, so that is a separate thing. Actually,
नहीं sir.
site is going to
Site
help me to
underscore will
understand the
give you
quality of the
how.
paper.
Sir, site underscore not only give you the citation, it will show you how it is cited and it will give you the citation analysis whole with the paper. Tomorrow I will explain with it. I'll go through with it and I'll explain how we can use all these tools. Today I had couple of, but my Wi-Fi is not working. I don't know how. What's the challenge? I'm not able to go ahead with the laptop. So I'm right now talking you all in on mobile and
That
mobile.
is okay. Because I hope every one of us know about the Murphy law. Murphy law says that everything, if anything will go wrong, then it will.
Yeah, so that's a challenge. But tomorrow I'll take care of all the websites and whatever specifically for your
Madam, will you
analysis.
be sharing your PPT?
Sir, I don't use PPT, but I'll share you the all the apps
So
that I'm
whatever
discussing
it
in the
is, it is better because it is very difficult to remember the name of the sites. You
Yes,
either
sir.
create a PPT or a doc file and kindly share. You have the email ID of all the participants. Kindly share everything
Definitely, definitely, sir. I'll do that.
because there are lot many sites. So many sites are being there every day. Like a
I
popular site. I hope if you want to summarize, there are certain summarization sites also like
Yes,
Scholarship
yes,
or
sir. Yes, sir. There are summary sites also. Even there are sites which can help you to write the paper also.
no, but actually, they are you will not be able to get an optimal output. So far, what is my experience
Definitely.
interacting with
That
these
is, you
sites?
have to.
Initially, as a beginner, if you interact with them, you find very lucrative. You say
Yeah,
you will see that everything has a ready-made solution. But when you are doing a serious research, actually, that you will not be able to get an optimal output. If there is any
definitely.
one, that is my
Definitely.
experience. What
But
I
I
am
think,
sharing with you.
Dr. Nigam, it should not be
Yes,
like if we are using everything ready-made, if we are getting everything ready-made, then what is the point of doing research?
I mean, that is okay, but if you want to move to a next level, so again, that support system you will not get.
So the support system is fine, but if we are getting everything from AI, and that's why there is so much of debate nowadays going on that what should be the extent of use of AI, and there are so many ethical questions which have been raised up. I was surprised when you asked the question that even SEM can be done through, like you get the ready-made answer for analysis. Then
No,
what
Monica
is
ji,
the
I have not seen ACM being done because we have used that analyzer GPT from
The thing is, you can
ChatGPT.
able to get the code of SCM.
sir.
Like if I don't have access to PLSM or AMOS, I can do the same thing in R, and ready-made codes are available with me. So things are much easier to
Even
execute.
but there only the question lies that whether we should use it or not, or whether how much it should be used for
Madam, what I
research.
recommend is to make use of it so that you can move to a next level.
Yes.
That is a very
I
personal.
always say to my students also, make use of Chat GPT. But you should be intellect enough. You should try to understand that whether it is the right way or not. If you misuse it, definitely it is not going to help you out in long run. Because
That's
these days, every plaque software is actually detecting these kind of things. That whether the AI is generative or something else is being created. So whether it is a prediction
yeah.
model is being created
But
by
I
AI,
So, sir,
everybody,
Yeah, but
even the
wait,
software knows it.
but I
it is
feel
very
that in order
debatable.
to increase this artificial intelligence, our natural intelligence will go down.
Ma'am, that is not the case. You can move to a next level. What is my experience?
Of course, like even if for writing an
Like
email we are
repetitive
using
tasks will
AI
be
and we are not
automated
using our
and you can
brains,
do some high-end work.
high-end work is creativity. So that creativity is not there now.
Uh, Madam, I hope like this is not a new thing. These days, even the ads are being created AI. Like Lexus car, they come up with a particular ad in 2018. You can see it on YouTube. Lexus, if you type 2018 ad, and the entire thing is being created through AI. But when they float the ad, they were had not actually been successful. They float this ad on social media, and the true sense was not. They were not able to get. They were not able to cater the right audiences for it, and ultimately they have to withdraw that ad. So, lot many challenges are also there.
Monica ma'am, Ashutosh sir, you all both are correct because there is nothing right and wrong. It is all on depend on us what is right, and it is very debatable whether to go ahead using AI. But it is something you can take it as support. You can't take the whole work and ask it to do it. It can help you to go ahead with your research in a very compressed way and in a smart way rather than being a hard worker. It's just asking you to become a little smart and try to go ahead with your research work. rather than searching around. Like initially, if I talk about in 80s and 90s, the PhD scholars used to go from one library to other library and read the books and create it. And they have even have to write it, their PhD thesis. From there, we have seen writing the PhD with pen and paper. They have started using laptops and desktops to write it their PhD. From there, instead of going to libraries and reading the books, now you have Google to do your all your research. At one go, you can go ahead and do it. From there, now we have AI tools that have come up. It's just to save your time, and it is moving ahead. Now, how you are using
Yes,
it,
that
and
is fine. That is right.
See,
That it saves on time and
yeah,
it's a support where we can.
yes. But Monica ma'am, it's
AI
rightly,
is
rightly said.
basically, yeah,
Monica ma'am,
AI
you
is
rightly
basically co-pilot.
said,
Yeah.
yes, that's really true. It will, the creativity is all on you, how you use it. As I already mentioned, it is the prompt that you are creating it and making the use of any AI tool. So that all depends on you. So creativity cannot be taken by AI. Because at the end AI को भी हमें को ही train करना है. We only have to train the AI as well. As Ashiko said earlier, if I want to how to make my paper and everything, so we have to make him understand this is what I want.
Please, I'm waiting for tomorrow's session. Specifically, I'm interested in that how secondary databases can be used.
Yeah, sure, sir. Definitely, I'll help you out on that perspective. Definitely.
Ma'am, what about
And
ma'am?
yes, ma'am.
What about patents? Can we know if somebody has taken patent on this or not? Can we know
Uh,
the tools?
ma'am, your voice is cracking. So, can you please repeat?
No. Through AI, can we know that the patents which have been taken?
No, ma'am. You have to look into the database, patent database.
That's the only thing where we can say.
Yeah, yeah. You have to look into the patent database. So that would be a little challenge.
Okay, right, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks everyone, and sorry for the inconvenience for today. Tomorrow I'll make sure Wi-Fi works properly, and I'll take you to all and whatever the queries you had, specifically regard to analytical part and how to go ahead with the summary and taking the journey ahead of your research and make it quite visible. Uh, Tomorrow's session I will be little extended from 8:30, so kindly bear it because today I was not able to cover up the topics. So tomorrow I will cover those topics and those sites. So please, it will be extended little bit from 8:30. So आप please अपना time थोड़ा उसके according करके रखिएगा. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks a lot. And if you have any
Thank you, ma'am.
particular query or you are looking forward any AI tool, please you can drop it on the WhatsApp group. So I would be taking care of that. Thanks a lot. Thank you, everyone. Uh, Thanks, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow 7 p.m. Thank you. Bye bye.